Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gable Supremacy, my little internet show. Today, we're going to be, trying to learn how to comic color, maybe talking a few things, see what kind of guests show up, if any, in my little part of the web. What you're seeing on screen is a nice piece from Vic King, artist of Artifice Reanimate, now on Indiegogo. This is a piece from Aaron Calamari's More Lethal that I've been attempting to learn how to color on. The only issue is I don't know how to color. I know nothing about light theory. I don't know none of that stuff. But, I did manage to sort of flat it. It looks okay, right? Looks all right on screen. Oh, I see Manus is in the chat. Hello, Manus. The link is in the vault if you care to come join and chit chat about a few things. Throughout the night, we'll be talking about Gabe Eltaeb versus Jim Lee. Before Gabe left, he sent some messages to Jim Lee about how he felt about the state of comic books. So we'll go into that. Read a nice little article about that. We'll also look into the Disney Plus subscribers. Apparently, they only gained about 2 million subscribers last quarter. There's a few articles about that we'll look at as well. Got Benedict Cumberbatch talking, how he thinks, Doctor Strange was sexist and all that, yet still took the part. We'll look at that as well. What else? Oh, everybody loves attacking Chris Pratt. So, Chris Pratt's doubling down. It's all about faith for him. And maybe we'll talk about that as well, a little later in the evening. Not quite sure how far we'll go tonight, but, the night is young. Let's learn. All right. So, I'm hoping this comes out okay. So last time I streamed, it was a couple days ago. It was a learning experience. I'd never flatted before. I had spent maybe 10 minutes watching some YouTube video, learned how to lasso, select something, and then I learned the shortcut to fill. I've already forgotten those shortcuts, so I'm gonna have to hover over and see what they are, but we'll figure it out. It can't be that complicated, right? So, yep, paint bucket is G. Lasso is L. That makes sense. I think I can figure this out. So how does lighting work? I don't know. From what I kind of asked, John Dillard, artist of the Buckler, how he approaches coloring, and he sort of always flats and then does shadows and then works his way brighter. Yeah, I guess we'll try that, I guess. But what kind of brush do we do? I need an artist to join. So tell me how to do this. All right. There's some weird things going on with the line art here. I don't know if we should fix it or if she just has like a giant bulge in her neck. I mean, we could fix it. Oh, man. Go back. Ah. That's a face only a mother could love. I guess it doesn't look that bad. I got a little mess up here. A little mess up here. That's okay. Hey, look at me. It's narwhal art. I'm kidding. I like narwhal. It actually doesn't look. Actually, I don't think I did that bad of a job. I don't know about the colors. Her top kind of. She's got like the Electra thing going on. The red top and red bottoms. And I don't really know what colors are. Because I assume a sword is gray and the cybernetic parts are gray and Don't think that's how we're supposed to go. But, you know, it's fine. But look, there's some mess up here as well. That's from me, like, selecting it. So how do we do this? So color pick, bam, G. Oh, wait, hold on. We got to go to flats. Mandis, I know you want to be a colorer, right? Wanted to learn a little bit about it. I'll do some little... I'm assuming if I would have done this in the correct order, I wouldn't have these like little, like weird, I don't know, like different color outlines. Because at first I flatted her, it was all, you know, like a tan color. Which I think is because when I went to reselect it, it messed up. There we go. Well, you know, whatever. Happy little accidents. I actually don't think I did that bad of a job, if I do say so myself. But I'm also very full of myself. It's fine. So, anyways, all right. Let's put that line art back. Let's take it away. So like this needs to be a different color. Bam. There we go. There we go. Fix all these colors. Yeah. It's actually like not difficult to do. What's the more correct term? Coloring is very fucking time wasting. What's going on with the background there? Oh wait. Oh, I messed up. Oh. Fucked up. Apparently I do not have a line art somewhere. Let's go back. Ah. Somewhere there I messed up. It's probably this thing right here. Oh, you done fucked up now. Manus, how are you doing? How is Australia? How is the destruction of America? How is all that going? Or maybe the destruction of Australia, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to be an artist. Oh, he's in the green room. What's Adam? Welcome.
Hello,
man.
Gable.
How are you, my friend?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you're streaming by yourself, normally I can talk about anything. Like I'll just blabber. But it's really hard when you're like doing artwork
and trying to do it at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for you. That's why I came in here. It's all right.
I am very sorry. But you know, it's okay. We learn. We just.
It's quite interesting when you flip it to that other view.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, now.
Yeah. I was like, oh well, you know, I like narwhal. It's fine. But I realized I realized like a lot of the mistakes I made because like when you go to the line art, there's like this weird outline.
Yeah, where you've missed
Yeah.
Is that when you've lasso tooled it, or?
Yeah, so like I painted the whole thing one color first, and then I went and started just doing like small sections. But I think you're supposed to work big and then work your way inward, because if you don't, that's when you get this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
which isn't that big of a deal, but it's not great. But I mean,
I haven't mastered the lasso tool yet, so you're like a step ahead of me anyway.
I have I mean, it's the only thing you have to know. Lasso, Alt gets rid of the selection and Shift gets or adds it. But this is Photoshop. Maybe it's different.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got Critter.
Okay, yeah. I think the next time that Clip Studio you can color as well. I think what I'm going to do is because I'm paying per month for Photoshop and I don't really use it that much, so not really worth it, I guess. But I think what I'll do is next time Clip Studio goes on sale, I'll actually like buy it because it's only like $25 when it's on sale. So I'll do that, and then I'll,
Yeah, I was gonna get it last time, but because my tablet's only it doesn't have a screen, it's a pain in the ass. He's got to like draw looking at the screen, but have the tablet in front of it. It's weird. Like it took ages to get used to it when I first tried to use it, and like I quit when I just started to get the hang of it, which I shouldn't have. I should have kept going.
I wonder if it's like some people have the tablets, or I guess the monitors. I mean, it's a tablet, but it's like a monitor as well. So they're essentially drawing on the screen. But I looked those up and I'm like, holy shit, that's like big money.
Yeah, they're not cheap. They're like in excess of like 1,500 for a good one.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no, thank you for that.
Because you can get two types. You can get one that just plugs into your computer, and then you can get one that's actually got like a standalone, like a chip in it, so it can stand as its own, like do its own thing.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna try to fix this. I don't know how though. I think if I just add to the selection, it'll be better. Oh nope, fuck that up.
I'll see if my internet clout gets you any more viewers.
I appreciate it, man.
You're right. I'll see if it works.
It might be better if people don't join, because this is gonna be a not the greatest stream ever. What are you
talking about? You got two of the best YouTube personalities there are. Me and you.
Yeah. I'm in by myself. Like I said, like if someone else was doing art, I could just blabber for like 2 hours. It'd be like way better. But it's fine.
So I could set up my tablet, but I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm not doing that shit.
well, I'm embarrassing myself.
Yeah.
I also realized
I will one day. I'll do this. Like if I can get some more, like some line art, I'll color it. Like at one point, we'll try to.
I do have more line art, by the way.
You do.
I do. I have the Vic was nice enough to send me the Beowar monster money shot page. I don't think I'm quite ready to like tackle that puppy.
That yet?
I mean, I'm a dummy. I mean, I'll try. I mean, what's the worst? It can't work. It can't look any worse, right? It's not.
I don't know. You did a good job with this for a first time around.
I mean, it's all flats, right?
Yeah,
but
although like the jacket looks good because it's like still got the line work in it.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I'm also using a mouse, and I don't think the mouse helps because it makes it a lot harder. Also, I'm not digging the brown. I don't know, handles and stuff, but
gold or something. But you can't make gold, can you?
I mean,
you probably could.
I mean, it probably could, but I just don't know how. Like gold, like isn't gold like a, I don't know, like a texture almost. I mean, there's color gold, but I'm talking like the gold texture. Like maybe that would look better on it, but who knows? But I figure maybe we'll do try to work on metal. I don't know how to like, because we have Cyber Frog and a bunch of other metallic superheroes in Comicsgate. So maybe I should learn how to do color. And the way I learn how to do anything is I go to our Supreme Commander Google, and I just ask it like how.
Ask the algorithm.
How do I color metal? It has like a it's all about like gradient highlights, I think. Yeah, rendering metal. Is that what it is? I guess that's what it is. Oh, it's a YouTube video.
Yeah, well, from what Dylan was saying yesterday, like he lays in the shadows and everything after he's done the flats, and that's sort of like, I don't know. He made it sound easy, which he does.
Well, yeah, he's an actual artist. He actually has skills. I'm partially retarded. So we have like our flat color.
We'll have our damage.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. We'll get this color, and then we'll open it. And then we want like a darker version, right? That's how highlights work. No.
I think so.
Should I start dark and work my... Should I make this darker? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, whatever. Let's just go.
How's that? 76K viewers for Record Media for the cover of the Kyle Rittenhouse case.
Yeah, I watched a lot of it. Like, because while I'm working, I can just have things playing in the background. So I was listening to it, off and on while meetings and stuff happen. And yeah, he's Nick is like slaying it, which pretty crazy, and I'm very proud of it. Because it's actually there's not a lot of big media talking about it, or at least not as in depth that Ricada is doing. So it's interesting watching like a panel of like 8 different lawyers give their opinions of stuff, and plus the trial has been very exciting. Like we have the judge yelling at the prosecutors.
I saw that bit. I haven't covered much of it. I haven't watched much of it, but like I saw that.
It's like it's just freaking. It's like I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Amateur Ants in the chat. He says, "Oh, poor Gable."
Yeah, woe is me. I like everything about this. Woe is me. I don't even know how to color.
The hashtag the real victim here.
I am the real victim. Might actually be something I have to do off stream. We'll fucking learn how to actually color with brushes. Maybe we'll flat Beowar. Yeah, let's try that. Give me a second. Let me gotta find a link first. I gotta download it.
Amateur Ant says Nick has more people on his streams now than Pim Tool.
Well, yeah. Nick's also a lot more entertaining.
He's huge. I didn't realize how big he was. No.
Oh yeah, the picture of him and like Cecil.
And Aaron Cecil. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nick's like what did they say? He was like 6'2" or something. Yeah, he's a big guy.
He has to be bigger than 6'2".
Really?
Yeah. Wow. He has to be like 6'8" or something.
No way. I don't think he's that big. Cecil's
he was huge.
Cecil's like a manlet though.
Yeah, that's true. Phil Pops is like 6'4" or something, I think.
Okay. Interesting. Trying to download this file, but not letting me. Once Vic got rid of it. Nope, there it is. No, yeah, the trial's been very interesting. I was very surprised that they put Kyle Rittenhouse on the stand. I thought that was kind of a dumb thing to go.
They must think they've got it in the bag.
Because
that's the only reason I'd see that them doing that is if they think they've won it already.
It's just so dumb though. It's like
that's the last thing they tell you to do in court is like to stand on the stand and represent yourself.
Yeah, it's because it's like, well, the obviously the prosecutor has nothing on you, so why go up there? Because then you will say something dumb that will sway the
incriminate yourself.
Yeah, it just I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing they were trying to do something that I don't know. Maybe the defense was trying to do something, but who knows, man? Doesn't even make sense.
Amateur Ant says I'm fun size about 5'8".
Fucking manlets everywhere. Holy cow.
Yes, I'm like 5'9". So
I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
Oh my god. Actually, I'm only 6 foot, so don't worry.
There you go.
I'm not huge either, so.
My mum was like 5'2", and my mum's 5'2". My dad's like 5'11", so I got stuck in the middle.
In the middle, yeah. Yeah, my dad's 6 foot. My mom is 5'1". So it could have been disastrous for me.
Yeah, it could have been worse. I tell myself that a lot.
Give me a second. Make sure I'm not doxing myself, which I think I just did, but it's fine. All right.
Quick, if you want to dox Gable, go back.
Watch figure out my real first name.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't really care about, but
Yeah, I don't really care either.
All right.
It's like I put my face out there now, so people wanted to look hard enough, they'd find me.
Yeah, I figure that's coming for me too. I'll probably face reveal sometime.
It took me I've been around since 2018. It took me that long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing it just so I don't get fired from my job because they're very progressive. My job actually sent out an email maybe 6 to 9 months ago. Oh, no, actually probably about a year now, where they said they will start monitoring their employees' social media for basically wrongthink. That's kind of what they were getting at, to make sure that they were in line with company values. That's when I
that reminds me. Today on Instagram, I got a notification from Instagram saying that what was it? I'll bring it up so I can read it. It's it's some social credits bullshit, literally.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe my company did that. But basically what happened was it went in effect at the end of December. So I went, okay, you know what? My previous Twitter, which was under my real name, I was like, I'm going to stop using that. And I'm just going to come up with my own, I guess, pseudonym for social media, because then I can continue to say what I want. I don't think I say anything that bad, other than we should hang pedophiles and stuff like that. Other than that,
yeah, but that's not something that everyone else isn't saying as well, or at least thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, here we go. According to independent fact checkers or our community guidelines, your account has repeatedly posted false information. Restrictions will apply to your account for up to 90 days, right? And then the other bit to it literally says, we help people to decide for themselves what to read, trust, and share by giving posts on false information warnings. Some false information ratings are eligible for appeal. So they've obviously put a rating on my thing, saying that it's false information, on my account posts false information.
Oh my god!
So it's so you're getting a social credit rating, basically, for what you say.
We're fucking China now. Is that how we're doing this?
That's what it seems.
Oh my gosh!
So I posted it and wrote. I posted screenshots of both of it and wrote, "Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg."
Oh my god! I don't know. Everything is just getting a little too. I don't know.
It's like today, I posted something and Bill Gates posted about vaccines and there'll be another pandemic. I'm like, sounds a bit like a threat there, Bill.
I know, right? Is the world just really going crazy? Because I know everybody crack jokes. It's always been like this, and I don't know if it's because the world is actually getting more crazy, or if it's the fact that I'm just more aware of it.
The veil's lifted. It's like a collective conscious thing. Because more people see the truth now, so it's there in front of us.
Oh my god!
All the illusions sort of stripped away. That's the best way I can describe it. Because I only started noticing half of this shit probably 3 or 4 years ago. So I don't know if it goes with age, you hit a certain age and you start to be able to perceive things differently, or if the world is literally something has been lifted so we can see it clearer.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm so big on faith nowadays. It's because I've seen way too much now to believe otherwise.
I don't know. I've always been pretty the world sucks, but there's good and there's bad. You're the fence sitter, right? And let me stop sharing. I gotta convert this bitch over to a. Vic scans it as a JPEG, which is not the greatest thing to scan it as. I gotta clean up the line art. Maybe we'll do that.
You should know better than that.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll clean up the line art instead, because it looks like I have a lot of stray marks I gotta fix. All right. Let's see. Amateur Ant says Kyle did a pretty good job considering, but his lawyers did help him out or do any objections. Yeah, they're very. I mean, I guess they were just letting prosecution make themselves look dumb. But they definitely should have objected to some of those questions. Some of those questions were outrageous. It was very surprising to me. Amatranth also says Western corrupt governments are using corporations to do what they want, which is to be more like China. Yeah, normally I would have been like,
"It's a great reset."
Yeah, people kept saying it's not a real thing, but
it is. It's new world governance, like global government, whatever you want to call it, socialism, basically. Yeah. And there's like a select group of people, like Bill Gates is one of them. Epstein was in on it. They're all fucking dirty. Everyone, the civilization has been founded on criminals, basically, or by criminals.
Yeah,
to suit their means.
What in the world? Go back. All right, how do I change this to something I can actually fucking use? Grayscale, image adjustments, black and white. All right, image adjustments. All right. I want reds. I want yellows. I want greens. I want all these black. All right, can I erase this? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, fuck coloring. Let's talk about shit. I forgot like how much.
Well, that's not the attitude to have. You sound like me now.
Well, no. See, so the other thing is that I scan the more lethal piece. So I scan it like, I follow a little guide. It's like, scan it like this, put it in this format, import it like this, and it was like super easy. But this one's like a JPEG, and it's like, well, now I got to convert it to the file. It's got color information, even though it's line art. It's like, okay, now I got to get rid of all that color information. But the only problem with that is like it gets rid of half the line art when I do it. So I'm like, okay, I guess I got to mess with like thresholds and stuff. It's too much work, man. It's too much work.
Yeah, I started looking at video editing today, and like it's like
I actually love.
I was going to make Vic an intro or something, like just to make him happy.
Yeah, I need to make one for the Gable Supremacy.
Yeah, you need to make one for yourself, like an intro, like a.
I thought about it because like I actually started looking through like.
What program do you recommend for like Windows? Like a free one for video editing.
I use what is it called? Like DaVinci Resolve or something. It's free. I forget what it's called though. Because I was making YouTube videos.
But where?
Yeah, I was making YouTube videos a couple of months ago, and I downloaded it, and it was free, and it worked great. I really wish I remember the name of it. It's on my computer somewhere. Maybe
because it wouldn't be that hard to like clip a couple of scenes from something together, and then put some music over it, would it?
I mean, yeah, I guess making it look good. I mean, or
yeah, that's the hard part.
Making it look professional, I guess. Yeah, making it look professional is maybe like a different story. But I don't know. It is what it is. All right. I figured I'll do it during my downtime. Now it's here in the States. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. I do have tomorrow
Remembrance
off.
Day here today.
Okay, yeah. So I have Veterans Day off, and I'm actually taking Friday off because my kid has off as well. So we're going to do an extended weekend together. So that should be a lot of fun. But then that gives me a lot of free time because all kids want to do is play video games. And they're like, old men, I don't want to talk to you. So it's mostly me just, sitting there trying to, get the attention of my kids. And they don't want anything to do with you. You know,
I
I
took
also
mine
yesterday.
to my mum's for the first time in a while the other day. She had a nervous breakdown over the dog. It took us like 2 hours to get her to calm down to it.
Oh my gosh.
She's like trying to hide. Like,
oh my god.
But yeah, that was fun. After 2 hours though, she was the dog's best friend. Like telling her that she loves it and shit. But...
It's that initial like warming up period.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's see. How do I do this? Nope. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Ann says he has tomorrow off too. Awesome. I'm still learning StreamYards. I don't know. Let's show this. Amateur Anth is fun sized. We'll go with that. And there's a bunch. I don't have the paid version, so I don't have all the cool stuff. But maybe I'll pay for the good stuff. Maybe we'll make this show a reoccurring thing. But even though I would like to like have like an actual date, like, hey, every, whatever, what's the day? Wednesday? Every Wednesday from this time and this time, we'll be live. I think that's probably, I don't know, better. Like, Vic, I love you, buddy.
A schedule is better.
Hours,
like, if you can stick to it, like, yeah, they fucking kill you. Like yesterday, that's why we didn't stream for more than 7 hours, because yesterday we were both fucked.
Yeah, there's no way I would want to stream that long, anyways. I think 2 hours, 3 max, if you can hold a conversation that long. But
the only reason I like it is because you get a variance of people who come in over a long period of time too. Like sometimes you get like 3 or 4 different people that you get to chat with that are completely different. Like, so it's
true. Yeah, that's true.
That's the only thing I like about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Vic, I love you, buddy.
Do it.
Yeah, Vic, I love you, buddy. But some of those hours, man, are just crazy. It's like okay, after or late night, it's fine, and then it's like fucking still going at like 5 in the morning in my time, and I'm like, what the hell, man? I don't know how he does it. It has to be the reoccurring guest, like just pop in, like you said, Mantis, and
yeah, I reckon that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
and like if Ali gets on there, it goes forever. Like literally, like.
Yeah, but Ali's good for Vic though. Not in that way. Not in that way, but like as a co-host. Because
I think all of us are pretty good together. Like that night when it was me, Smirk, her, and Vic, that was good. Like we had some of the most viewers we had then.
Yeah, and it's all about flow, right? It's trying to get people not to talk over each other. It's getting a lot of people, like one person has to lead the show. Whether with Ali there, usually it's Ali leading the show. When I'm there, I try to lead the show, but it's like I think there's like if it's like me and Ali, I think there's like a little bit of a bump there.
Yeah, it was funny. Jabba yesterday after you left, he's like, I don't like this guy. He reads the chat too slow, like because I was reading the chat.
Aw, poor Jabba.
And then he called me a skinny faggot.
That's Jabba for you. I love Jabba. He's the wrecking ball that we all need.
Yeah. His books funded, or his one-page books funded now too, so everyone gets that with Shotgun Samurai.
I saw that. Yeah, go back the quaff, Shotgun Samurai. I think I'm looking forward to Jabba's more than I am the quaffs. I know that's probably sacrilege, but
I'm looking forward to the staples.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what it is, but I did notice it had Jabba, and then it has the quaff's name right under it, though.
Oh yeah, you were in that show. Sorry, Ant. I'll give you credit too. You were part of that good show with the flow.
That's when you guys are in that.
But you weren't that drunk then. Oh, he was drunk then too. He was stupid drunk.
Yeah, there's a period like between like when you're like just starting to get drunk and like stupid drunk. There's that grace period where you're just like firing on all cylinders. That's Ant. Yeah. That's where that's where he's at his peak.
That's his sweet spot.
I know. All right, you want to talk about Disney Plus? Do we want to be corporate media shills?
You like it, so you can do it. I would talk to you about it.
I don't really like it. I don't actually have Disney Plus.
I think this is funny though, the Eternal thing.
Yeah, the way I look at it is like I don't give Disney Plus my money. I don't even have Netflix. I mean, actually, no, I take that back. Yeah, I have Netflix every so often, but I don't always subscribe to it. Like if they have something I want to watch, I'll get a month. Disney Plus I haven't had since like the first launch, which was pre Gina Carano getting fired. But one of the things I do like is I like talking business, and like this kind of stuff fascinates me when it's like Disney Plus only adds 2 million new subscribers and the average monthly revenue falls. I mean, now when you see 2 million subscribers, you're like, oh, wait a minute,
that seems like a lot.
That seems like a lot, right?
Yeah.
But Netflix has been out for how long, and they average that. That's how much they still get in.
Now.
Yeah, so only being 2 million and Disney Plus not being that old is actually kind of a low amount. So, I mean, I think it will actually bump up come the holiday time, because I mean, now we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas. I mean, a lot of people will be off. Kids are going to want to watch something while parents are still working. I think revenue will bump that for that last quarter, or I guess it'll be this current quarter. Yeah, the Walt Disney Company released their Q4 earnings report with the claims that their flagship streaming service Disney Plus only added a little over 2 million subscribers. There we have a nice, beautiful picture of a bunch of white guys. Kevin Feige there in the middle. And Bob Chad. Supposedly fighting with Kevin Feige over wokeness, which I don't believe one bit, but whatever. In their report, Disney noted that the Disney Plus subscriber count hit 118 million subscribers as of October 2nd. That was only an increase of 2.1 million from their Q3 earnings report, where they reported they had a total of 116 million. Not only did they add another 2.1 subscribers, but their average monthly revenue per subscriber decreased to $4.12 from $4.16. 4 cents doesn't seem like that much, but when you times it by 2.1 million, it adds up.
Yeah.
Now, my question is so why did their average monthly revenue fall unless it was more people signing up for trials or like discount rates, or what is it like?
Yeah, did they have a standard free trial like most do? Like
yeah, I think they have I think they have like a 7-day trial, and I think there's like with like other streaming services, like if you can bundle it with other things as well. Like I know Verizon does HBO Max, I think. Like if you have a Verizon phone and you have a certain plan, you actually get that stuff for free.
Okay.
And obviously Verizon's not paying, $14.99 a month to, for their subscribers to get HBO Max. So they're automatically getting a discounted rate. So that's what I'm thinking is happening here. I mean, it only decreased by 4 cents per subscriber, but still that's like, it's 4 cents times 2.1 million. It shit adds up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ant says, yeah, once I get too far drunk, I start sucking. Nah. Ant, we appreciate you, buddy. Our whole little clique, I think, is nice.
Even when you're too drunk, it's funny. So
yeah. You're just the resident drunk. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. They did increase subscribers by 44.4 million compared to October 30th, 2020. 60% increase. I mean, the number is still going up, right? And I'm assuming it's going to keep going up. Now, we're also now approaching a level where I think the average person is tired of subscribing to multiple streaming services, right? I mean, you talk about it.
Most think about cost too, like over all of them. Like, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, like you talk about if you have Netflix. Oh, hey JV, hey, welcome, man. Yeah, if you have Netflix, if you have Disney Plus, if you have Hulu, if you have I don't know anything else. I subscribe to Shudder, which is the horror streaming service. It's only like $5 a month. It's even more discount if you pay for a year at a time. I think I get more value from Shudder than I do any of these other like places.
I had Amazon Prime for a bit. I canceled my Netflix ages ago because of that cuties bullshit. And I just never got it. Like,
I actually have Prime, but I do not pay for it. It's like a family account.
Okay.
So, someone's paying for it, but it ain't me.
The only two I pay for are like Spotify and Amazon Prime sometimes. Like I haven't renewed it though this time. Still got Spotify though.
I guess I mean during COVID, a lot of people like kind of went with Amazon Prime because Prime and shipping, stuff, free shipping under what was it, $15, $10, or is it all? I don't even know. So obviously Amazon made buku money during COVID, but also Prime it grew a lot because it's like, oh, it comes free if you have Amazon Prime. So obviously people are going to start watching it, and like Amazon Prime has a lot of shit on it on the service. They do, except it's nearly impossible to find what you want to watch. Because their interface is garbage.
As far as interfaces go, Netflix has probably got the best one. It's the easiest.
Yeah, and that's even garbage. It's like Netflix. Netflix is great at showing you what they want you to watch. It's like here's the shit we just paid a lot of money for. Please watch this first. Right?
I remember says they keep adding commercials. Regular cable with on demand is becoming more attractive again.
Wouldn't that be funny?
If it went back for full circle back to cable.
If we all went back to cable. That actually would be hysterical.
It'd piss some people right off too.
Yeah, I mean cable's not cheap either though.
No, not really. Not in the long run.
The only people I know who have cable now are my parents have it, but the only it's expensive. It's like $129 a month or something.
The last person I know that had it just cancelled theirs because they said they couldn't justify it anymore with streaming services.
Yeah, it's just kind of it's crazy, man. I grew up on cable TV, so it's like when I look back, I remember channel surfing and being like, oh, what the fuck is this thing? It's like, oh, it's the Goonies on TBS, and I'm like, oh, yeah, let's watch that. Before no one you would go and rent movies, but when you're poor, you don't have the money to rent the movies, so you waited for them to come on TNT or TBS or whatever. And you watch the movies that way. That's how I got the bulk of my stuff. I remember watching, it was the HBO free preview. They used to have one like twice a year where you would get HBO for like a weekend. And I remember I was like 12 years old, right? I'm watching HBO. I fall asleep. Fast forward 3 a.m. in the morning. Fucking Freddy Krueger is on. And my TV was on. I was scared shitless. Guys, I thought it was the scene where the guy fucking pulls him through the bed. I'm laying in bed, falling asleep.
That scarred me for life, that scene.
I'm like, oh my God.
Because I had a waterbed too.
It's just...
Dylan Draws is in the chat. He says, good evening, fellow youths.
Hello, Dillard. Let's see.
JB says, I still have an OTA with a DVR just in case. I grew up on OTA too poor for cable.
Yeah, that's over the air. And I think you can still get like digital over the air or whatever it's called. Because I know people in the countryside still sort of get their TV that way. But yeah, I don't know. Like it'll be funny if it goes full circle back to cable. I'm just saying, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I'll laugh. I'll have a chuckle about that, definitely.
Yeah, but my issue with like cable, because you're only paying that much money for 6 months, and then they fucking double it on you.
Yeah.
And it's like you have no say.
You normally have a sign-up contract too, so you do 24 months. So like the first 6 months you get like cheaper, and then it like goes heaps more expensive after the next.
Yeah, for 2 months. But at least with Netflix, you understand like, okay, I'm paying $14.99 or whatever the hell it is, and I got Netflix. I mean, maybe that's the bonus. You know what you're getting when you go from these streaming services, and every so often, they add new content every week or two. I don't actually remember what it is. I think Netflix tries to add something every week, and I'm assuming the other companies are growing at the same pace.
So cable used to take forever too. Like it'd be like 3 or 4 month periods where it'd play the same shit like over and over again, and then it'd switch it. Like,
yeah, that's my when I was during Halloween, we were watching AMC, the AMC channel, the actual channel itself, like the cable channel, and they were recycling the same 10 movies. They were just offsetted with each other. So like if you watch Halloween 4 at 8 p.m. the next day, it would be the Halloween 5 at 8 p.m. But then Halloween 4 would play 2 hours earlier than that. So but it was the same like 10 movies over and over again, which it's frustrating, especially when you're like, all right, give me something different, please.
JB says digital over the air has a ton of channels, mostly ones that are cable to 75 over the air channels for me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can't beat free. I mean, all you really need to do is have like a digital box, or I think most TVs have that digital box now. And all you really need are rabbit ears. So yeah, it's great. Welcome to the panel. My best friend, possibly the greatest man that I've known forever, Tim.
Welcome, greetings. Tim. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We are just bullshitting about cable TV and live streaming.
Cable TV. That's still around?
Yeah, it's still around. It's I think we are slowly getting the rise of streaming services. I think people are getting tired of them. I think it'll be hilarious if people go, we're tired of paying 6 different companies to have streaming services. We just want it all bundled together. And then we'll just kind of get back to what cable used to be.
Yeah. And then we'll get back to where everybody's kind of watching the same stuff and like, oh yeah, I know that show. Yeah. Instead of having to say, is it on Hulu? Oh, I don't get Hulu. Oh,
damn it. Which one is it on? Like, oh, now I've got to download that, watch that. Yeah. That annoyed me when I was trying to get Game of Thrones, like to watch the full thing. Like, it's like I had to download
a bunch of
something else.
Well, I know Amazon Prime is you get Prime, but then you can have add-on channels. So you can get HBO, you can get Shudder, you can get, Cinemax or whatever it is. And they're just add-ons to Prime. I understand the point, but like you're paying, $100 a year, or actually, was it $120 now a year for Prime? And then now you're adding $15 per month on top of that. I mean, fucking cable's looking better of a deal now. So
Gabe says also Pluto TV, Tubi, and Great Free TV, Stanford University, Puffer for TV for stream, California over the air.
Yeah, Pluto. I like. I'm a big fan of Tubi. Tubi's sort of like a free Netflix. It kind of has I think they just kind of ripped off the same interface, but they have a lot of good older anime. If you guys are into that kind of thing, but they also have a shit ton of like really bad horror films, which I love. Like Netflix has like crap for horror.
Are we talking about sci-fi original bad or just like our B movie bad?
I mean, it's a combination of them. I mean, like Tubi has like the really bad schlock from like the early 2000s, which is an acquired taste. But then they have like they have some decent stuff from the 80s, and they have some of the more decent newer movies. I think if you have a streaming service and Pluto and Tubi, they're all free. You might as well see what's on them and watch them. I think Tubi also updates their library like once a month, and it tends to be like back catalog titles from the big companies anyway. So it's not like you're watching 100% garbage, just like 65% garbage. JB says I consider streaming like Sling Hulu TV as cable. Yeah, I mean I can see that. Yeah.
No, am I the only one that thought cable was a lot more interesting back in its in the early days when you got pretty much anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. You were spoiled for choice when it first came out, and then like by the end of it, people were starved for choice. Like it was complete opposite.
Well, I know now, like because my parents have cable TV. And they're always saying, like, it's like every other month we get some new channel and they take another channel off because it always sucks when they remove a channel that you love. Because like I can't figure out what it was, but it's like a channel that played old like mystery TV shows, like Agatha Christie TV shows or something like that, like Murder, She Wrote. And my mother would like watch it. She would love it. She would have it playing all. She's retired, so she would have it playing all day while she was doing her stuff. Well, they got rid of the channel. Just no say. Just she went to go tune in, and then it was just
denied.
Gone. Yeah,
you can't have any enjoyment. That's it.
Or like the cable used to have, like way back in there, the at the drive-in, whereas like the guy, the host would show like these really bad horror movies, or
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of channels like that, but they all seem to just come and go on cable TV. And I think because I remember Chiller TV. I don't know if anybody remembers that channel, but there was a channel called Chiller, and yeah, they just played like culty films. And I remember because I watched it for like 2 years, and then fucking because they used to play like a new movie every Saturday night. It would be like Cult Weekend or whatever. Yeah, after 2 years, just vanishes. It's like, oh, then you find out like, oh, Dish Network or whatever your cable provider is, no longer carries the channel. And you're like, son of a gun, I hate this.
Remember all the weird stuff you used to see on cable access? You can't get that with streaming.
Yeah, that
was always like
Chinese game shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
or like some small band playing in some like in their basement or something.
Yeah. Well, you can always watch Rage for that.
That's true. I mean, you got YouTube now. You can watch whatever kind of filth and weirdness
shit you want to watch.
Yeah. Whatever
your fingertips, mate.
Whatever your fetish is I'm sure it's
choose your degeneracy.
Don't judge me.
We already did that, Tim, when we first met you.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
We judge, but we judge fairly. It's fine.
Fairly, yeah.
In sarcastic quotes.
Yeah. Air quotes. Disney doesn't specifically address the decrease in revenue per subscriber from quarter to quarter, but they do explain why it decreased from the prior year quarter. They stated the average monthly revenue per paid subscriber to Disney Plus decreased from $4.52 to $4.12 due to a higher mix of Disney Plus Hotstar subscribers. I actually don't know what that is. I'll actually Google that after this. In the current quarter compared to the prior year quarter. But I'm guessing that's kind of what I was getting at earlier, Mantis, where they do like special deals for people, which obviously they're not paying the price for those people. So it's at a lower margin. So I think we're seeing people kind of
they try and they're getting more subscribers, even though they're getting less revenue for it.
Exactly. But we're seeing a trend here. Revenue is going down and subscribers aren't growing at the rate you would expect. So that's a double-edged sword there. Ideally, you would want subscribers to skyrocket even if revenue goes down, because at least you're getting the people coming on, subscribing for at least several months, right? Because that's what you want. You want to try to retain those people. But now the double-edged sword is, well, now you're making less money per person and your subscriber growth isn't that high. Or not as high as it should be, I'll say. 2 million is still pretty good.
I wonder if that's just because people are over Disney's bullshit now.
I don't think the average person cares.
You reckon?
No. How many people like cancel from Cooties? Probably a drop in the bucket.
The one thing that I noticed, aside from like the cancel culture bullshit and like the whole work stuff, right, is they've pulled everything from YouTube and everything that was like free access before and put it on Disney Plus. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't access that shit anywhere else. Like, I was looking for something to show someone the other day, like that Lambert the Sheepish Lion from the old, like, did you ever see it on the old Disney movies?
Yeah.
And you can't get it now. Like, you have to watch it on Disney Plus. Like,
well, I mean, from a business perspective, that makes sense, right? It
makes sense, yeah. But still, like, how fucking sleazy do you want to be? Like, how much money have they made over generations of people? Like, it's crazy to me. Like,
you got to enforce it, or you lose it. That's how Disney is.
I suppose.
They're cutthroat like that.
Communists.
Well, I would say the exact opposite. I would say they're capitalistic and they're very. It's our money, not yours. Like, we're not going to give the money to Google.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because Google and YouTube are definitely getting ad revenue for that crap. So let's see. Their total direct-to-consumer revenue did increase 38%. So revenue, more money's coming in. But what's interesting here is while the revenue increased, the operating loss also increased. So they technically lost $630 million, which is an increase of a little less than double, 374. Yeah, so the increase in operating loss was due to higher losses at Disney Plus and to a lesser extent ESPN Plus, partially offset by improved results at Hulu. I mean, it's the same thing. ESPN's having a big trouble like getting people to actually subscribe to them, because it's like, well, people aren't watching sports at that high of a number anymore. I mean, people of course will watch the Super Bowl and stuff like that, but ESPN, like, are they going to pay extra for this kind of other content? These sportscasters and commentators and sports TV shows that just kind of like talk about the game.
See, that's what pisses me off too. Like it keeps getting like they keep like segmenting like to what they show. Like it'll be like one of them shows this, one of them shows that, one of them shows that. But you've got to have all of them if you want to see all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have it all. You're right. Yucky Gums in chat. Hey, Yucky.
Sup, fellas?
Yeah, like I said, it's interesting. Like, I mean, I would call this a red flag.
Yeah,
subscribers are going up, but revenue's decreasing per subscriber. I think that's a big problem. Which hopefully maybe they'll get maybe they'll get corrected come holiday season as more people stay at home and they're not in school all the time and stuff like that. But I guess they'll figure it out. They always do. Any other last comments, fellows, on the Disney Plus? Are you guys fans of Disney Plus? Are you subscribers?
No, I admittedly, when I watched Mandalorian, I'd watch it pretty much illegally.
Okay.
All I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen, is
that was my middle.
Cancel Disney Plus.
That was my middle finger to the system.
JV says it's cheaper just to buy physical at this point. I used to be a big fan of buying like physical DVDs and Blu-rays. I've really grown out of it in the last couple of years. I don't know. Maybe because my consumption has decreased when it comes to other entertainment. But normally I can find something streaming somewhere that I don't want to own. I'll just watch it to watch it.
See, I spend most of my watch hours on YouTube now, pretty much. Either Comicsgate streams or streaming. Like, instead of
I've been watching YouTube, just strictly YouTube for years.
Yeah, so have I, pretty much.
Go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry.
Because when all you have is a tablet, all you gotta do is find a Wi-Fi source, and then you can okay, that's my TV.
Yeah, and it's mostly free, minus like the ads you got to sit through every once in a while, unless you have an ad blocker,
I've been YouTube since probably 2018 when I started with Comicsgate, because I just changed, like, saw all the bullshit in mainstream and just went,
Yeah. I started really hard on Comicsgate. Like, I started watching almost every stream that I could, and then like the last couple months I've kind of slowed down on it.
Yeah, so have I, since I've been streaming with Vic.
Yeah, and streams, but also like I don't know, there's only so many charismatic people, and I'm not I don't think I'm charismatic, but like people you actually want to listen. I'm being humble here. Hold on.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Like
next
people
time when you're gonna do that.
I want to but people like when they talk, like it's obviously they have a point they're trying to get to, and they're easy to listen to, because like a lot of personalities. I mean, like for instance, like Shane Davis can be fun, but like I don't know. To me, a lot of it's boring. Like I think he is the best when he's with like EVS or the Jack Show or something like that.
They all complement each other in that situation.
Exactly. Like that's why I think that's what you see with EVS, where he's like he has created his own.
Yeah, he selected it.
He's curated it.
Yeah.
And like he will not deviate from it. Now he'll show up on random screens.
That's why I like him, because he knows exactly what he's doing. Like, it's all calculated. Everything about what he does is calculated, and it's all towards like the show. Like the show must go on, and like it's got to be big, and like it's got to draw people in.
Yeah.
Does Yucky mean like the old Wonder Years or the new Wonder Years?
Oh yeah, Wonder Years is now black now.
Yeah, they ruined it.
No, I assume he means Kevin. What's his name? Kevin Arnold.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He gets props for that. Buffy was good. Angel was good too.
I love Buffy. I mean, I can say that as a straight white male. I thought Buffy was a great show.
Now that you two have said it, I'll admit
it. Yeah. Say what you want about Joss Whedon, but like he fucking nailed Buffy the Vampire
He did,
Slayer.
yeah.
I'll say this.
Angel. The spin-off was just good.
We already have a Wonder Years for this time period. It's called the Goldbergs. It's pretty much the same premise. But it's in the 80s.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen bits of that. It's funny, like sort of like.
Are they a Jewish show?
Well, they're
kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, they're a Jewish family, but
That's probably why it's funny. I think
it's still the same premise. You got like him narrating, his life from when he was a kid. Yeah. And sometimes I think at the end of the show they actually have actual home movies.
Okay. Yeah. I've heard good things about it. I don't know. I don't have cable TV, and I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like I don't think I thought about watching it, but if people recommend it, yeah, I'll give it a spin, see how it is. Let's see. Oh, JV. I started out watching Geeks and Gamers because they had Rebel Force Radio on, which led me to World Class Bullshitters, Quartering, EVS, Midnight's Edge, Ryan Kennel, and you only watch EVS still. Yeah, I watch EVS. I don't watch CG Kings. I'll watch.
I come say hello and then I'll leave.
Yeah, like I go on and like I'll listen for bits and then I'll leave and then I'll come back like an hour.
Depends who's on there though too.
Yeah, I mean,
should they call it the wand they use?
Yeah. Wakanda years, Anthony.
The Wakanda years forever.
Yeah, but I think EVS is the best when he is solo or if he's with someone who can bounce off.
Did you see him and Cecil the other night? That was funny.
Him and Cecil are gold.
Yeah.
Their ability to bounce back and forth off each other is by far the best entertainment. And I think other people are just sort of, I don't know. It's the charisma, man. You have two charismatic guys who can bounce off each other. It's fucking gold entertainment.
Yeah, I haven't seen them together like that for ages, and like I laughed pretty hard. Like it's been a while since I've had a laugh like that. I know they were just talking shit.
Well, yeah. I mean that, which is fine, right? I mean that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear.
You're good at it too.
Yeah. All right, let's. I don't know. Do we want to talk about this guy? Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumbersnatch.
I forgot what I titled it in my my stream.
It was Cumbersnatch.
Yeah.
He thought he was dated and sexist. Is he just throwing words together just to make himself look woke?
Isn't that what they do?
Maybe he's going to get canceled, and this is his way of getting ahead of it.
You reckon he's done something wrong?
They all have, right?
I don't. They've all got skeletons in their closet.
Now. Don't get me wrong. I actually like this guy.
Yeah, I don't mind him either.
Yeah, but so I'm curious on why. Is this just something he brought up, or did someone ask him? Like, because if you're an actor and they go, they obviously ask you like a woke, woke question. Obviously, you don't say pass, right? You try to answer it. So I guess he gives that. It's not really a corporate response, but that leftist response that everybody's looking for. Yeah, they're looking for it.
I'm imagining him answering the question. He's like
his virtue.
Yeah. He had like a little notepad in his hand. He goes, "I think the character was," and it's like just like a long list of words.
JV says Midnight and Kennel kept being inaccurate purposely, so I can't stand them. Cecil and EVS with John as a straight man is fantastic.
Yeah, like it is a show. There is a character. I mean, EVS has talked about this. Everybody plays a character, and you can see it when EVS hams it up. He's playing a character. When Cecil, is playing his character, you can tell he's Cecil, and then there's other times where he's just Cecil. So, like I said, it's interesting. And John usually plays. I don't know. I think John is just John. I don't think he's playing a character.
Yeah, I don't think John plays the character. I think John is just John.
I mean, he'll throw his edgy little quips in every now and then, which with great delivery
and his controversial takes.
Yeah, exactly. Yucky says Benedict can't say penguin. He's weddowed. Weetod. Oh, he's a weetod. I'm a little weetod. I couldn't figure out what the hell he's trying to say. All right. Benedict Cumberbatch claims in new interview he thought Doctor Strange was dated and a sexist character. Why would you want to play him then? Because you can fix him? Do you think that's what this is about? He can fix the character?
Money talks and bullshit walks, Gable.
Or was it you think something like, hey, we'll give you a lot of money because we know you have a Sherlock fan base. and we want people to watch that. So I don't think none of this really happened. I think this is all said after the fact.
Probably. Well, it's not something you say like when you're making the movie, is it? If you're smart.
Guys, I would love to play Doctor Strange, but he's so dated. He's such a sexist, misogynistic person. Amateur Ant says Anna plays E-Thought without showing anything somehow. For a long time, Anna was very reserved. It's just lately that she's really increasing.
Yeah, that's why I laugh now when she's like posts like intentional foot pics and shit. It's hilarious. Like, cause she used to be so like yeah, it was funny back in the early days.
Yeah, which is funny because I think whatever you think about some of these other people who talk, really all they want to do is talk bad about creators. Like I enjoy Anna sometimes, but they're like, oh, Anna got a nose job and she obviously got a boob job, and it's like, well, now that she's making more money on YouTube, obviously she has money, so the next step is that e-thoughtness, the calendar. I expect a non-risque calendar, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some things that are slightly risque.
Do you think the buck stops at one calendar though? What do you reckon?
No, if this keeps bringing money, you'll see more of it.
Of course you will.
Which is funny because like she's showing all the pictures ahead of the calendar, so it's like, well, I already got 3 months worth.
Just copy and paste and make your own calendar.
Yeah. It's like, and also those pictures aren't great pictures. Like, I don't know who her photographer is, but hire a new one. You see some of these some of these Instagram and TikTok cosplayers, like they're fucking like high quality pictures, like insane. Like, I don't know if it's just a skill offset or what's going on, but whoever's taking her pictures, I don't think they're doing her a lot of favors.
TikTok's of the devil, man. That's a whole rabbit hole in itself. So.
Yeah, well, we'll do a stream about TikTok. We'll do we'll pull a Shane Davis and find some of the riffraff of TikTok, and we'll talk about it. Maybe that'll be a good show one day.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm down for that.
All right, let's go through this. Doctor Strange actor Benedict Cumberbatch. See, I didn't care for Doctor Strange. I really liked him in Sherlock. And he played the voice of Smaug.
Smaug, yeah, that was good. He did really well in that.
How did you feel about Smaug?
Whoa, turn it down, Timmy.
Tim's just coming in fucking hot.
Yeah, coming in hot.
He's like,
what did you say? I didn't even eat it.
I have feelings for Smaug, and I need to tell you guys about it.
No. I just like he already thinks Doctor Strange is like sexist and racist and whatever bullshit. But how's he feel about?
He had very choice words about calling.
Can you zoom in on his eyes for a sec, Gable?
Which one? Oh, this one right here.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh no, it's one of those weird sites.
Oh, you can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
We'll get a picture after you finish the article, and we'll zoom in on his eyes because I think he's got psycho eyes.
All we're going to say is Benedict Cumberbatch had a weird analogy with the dragon and the Jews. Something about piling gold. That's all we're going to say about it.
That's actually what he said.
No, it's a joke, Tim.
I know. I'm just saying. I could correlate. Low, right? Hold on. I could, if that was something he actually said, I could say, oh, that's why he's saying about Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Amateur Ant says, how much would it cost to make a calendar for 1,000 people with cheap cosplay outfits? I mean, she's making bank even if she only gets 30K from it, I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much calendar printing is because I've looked up comic printing. Like, I know how much the average comic book will at most cost people. Calendars, I have no idea. But, I mean, 30K, obviously, I mean, it's just paper, right? Most of that money is going to be in shipping. Yeah. But, yeah, her costumes seem to be between like $100 and $300 so far, at least from the 3 that she's shown us.
Okay, I mean, so obviously, you were starting to read the article. I was wondering what his stupid reason for what he said was.
All right, go on.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But as I was saying, like with Anna, like obviously she's putting the wigs on, she's doing the makeup. I mean, she's doing girl shit, but she's making $30K. I mean, more power to her, man. I wish I could show off my boobs. Get $30,000.
I give her full props because at least she's not on fucking like Twitch or some shit showing her tits. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she could be doing worse. Like, at least she's using her skill as an artist and as a cosplayer, and yeah.
I'm
YouTubing art stuff. Like, she could be doing heaps worse. That's my take on it.
It wouldn't surprise me if you start seeing more low cut t-shirts. That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't surprise me.
Probably,
you know, in the next couple of months.
It could be worse. There could be an all naked tier that she could have.
I mean, that would be great, actually.
It'd be great.
Tim says with glee. Tim says with glee.
Don't judge me.
Yucky says, I saw a live broadcast of Cumberbatch as Dr. Frankenstein. Was good. Yeah, like the dude's great. Don't get me wrong. We're not making fun of his acting ability. We're making fun of the. I think this is something that an interviewer asked him awkwardly, and obviously he has to toe the line, right? He has to say what he needs to say. So
how does he feel about Dr. Frankenstein?
Oh, you want me to just make up a joke on the spot, Tim? I don't know.
Do it, man. Freestyle.
Something about necrophilia. Who knows? Cumberbatch's comments came in a recent interview he gave with, here you go, Esquire. When asked if Marvel approached him about the role, Cumberbatch responded, yes, they did. Then when asked how quickly he said yes, Cumberbatch stated, I kind of had my doubts about it. And just going into the comics, I thought, this is a very dated sexist character. Do you think he read Doctor Strange? There's no way.
No, I was like,
who reads Doctor Strange?
What the hell was that? What the hell is he talking about? Why is it? Because he knows sorcery? Is that why he's sexist? And
he probably did they make woke versions of Doctor Strange? He probably picked up one of them and thought that was like.
Maybe you would say this is a very dated character. Maybe.
Maybe he thought he was appropriating black culture because he knows black magic.
Maybe. I don't. It's a lot of these times I just think this is just BS articles, but it's fun to talk about. He continued, and it's very tied up in that crossover, that kind of East meets West occultism movement of the 60s and 70s. Okay, I can see that. Cumberbatch then detailed, and then they sort of sold me on the bigger picture on, oh no, don't worry, this will be very much a character of his time. And yes, he has attitude problems, but this is what we envision. So Doctor Strange, the master of black magic, sort of looking Chinese there. Story by Stan Lee, beautiful art by Steve Ditko. That's Strange Tales Volume 1. Interesting enough, Cumberbatch then detailed that he actually had a scheduling conflict for when Marvel wanted to film the movie. Cumberbatch explained, and then I realized, oh fuck, I can't do it. I promised to do Hamlet. It's all set up. The theater's booked. I can't do it when you want to shoot it. And then blah, blah, blah. They flirted with different options. Let's see. Did they actually say anything fun about this? No. All right. So I'm assuming Esquire set him up for a woke question. He gave a woke answer, and that's it. I think that's exactly what's happened.
That was a test.
It was probably not
a woke test.
It was probably not his real answer. They kind of just, the way they asked the question kind of made him answer that way. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
it sounds like it could have been a deflection. You know what I mean? Just like give them an answer they want. Get rid of them.
That's why I said it makes sense. Like if you, obviously, even if you never read the comics, you understand who the fuck is Doctor Strange. Obviously, he's a dated character. He has to be. He's from the fucking 70s or whatever. Sexist. I'm surprised. In order to think if he's sexist, you maybe would have to know the character. Maybe he's a huge comic book fan. I don't actually know. That's just a
buzzword to me.
Yeah, sexist. I don't know.
Well, yeah, most of the words don't mean anything. So go ahead.
I think he's a company man. He's just saying what the company wants to hear. I think, and I don't.
He's jumping through them hoops.
Yeah, I don't hate him for it, but it's nice when you see people, stand up.
Slightly cuckish.
Yeah, a little cuckish. That's true.
Hard to tell he's British.
They all seem like that.
Well, He is British. I guess that would explain a lot more.
Jackie Gum says also a broadcaster Cumberbatch's Dr. Frankenstein. It was good.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good.
Amateur Ant says, "Yeah, I give her props too. I'm not hating on her for making money."
No, I don't hate anybody for making money. You get that money. Like,
do you have Colonel Sanders as your avatar?
Do you think that's Colonel? You think that's Colonel Sanders?
That's Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt. They look the same.
There you go.
Epic rap battles of history too. Yeah, you ever seen that? They use that very same picture.
I just know I'm a big Roosevelt fan.
They had Teddy Roosevelt versus Winston Churchill.
Yeah. I think we'll touch briefly on this, but I don't think there's not too much to talk about this guy. I think he's an American hero. I think he does things right. Like he's okay. He doesn't bend his morals and his virtues to leftists. And I think that's something that it's nice to see.
Oh yeah, awesome.
I think it's hilarious when people like go apeshit about him, but it's funny.
That's why they went. That's why they went at the movie, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's when they turned Star-Lord gay in the comics. That's basically what happened.
Oh, jeez.
All the stuff with Chris Pratt. They're like, oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Maybe he's not gay. Maybe he's bisexual. I forget. I don't know. Whatever.
You made your character bisexual.
Yeah.
Is that like their ultimate revenge? Like, that's so funny.
I think it's like a cheap jab. I think honestly, it's like an immature way of being like, haha, well, we don't agree with this guy, so guess what? We're gonna change his character to something he hates. I bet you Chris Pratt doesn't give a shit.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he's had roles before that.
Yep.
But that's what's funny. Like that to these people, that's the worst thing that they can think of doing. Like, besides the death threats and cancel culture and all that, like that's their shtick. It's funny.
It's just I don't know. Maybe I think it's like I don't know, like a juvenile mindset, like that.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like, what's the best way to get back at somebody?
It's like woke entitlement.
Yeah. It's like, what's the best way?
Amateur Ant says, Teddy says, speak softly and carry a big dick.
I believe that the quote is stick, but yes.
Yeah, because that's how that whole thing paints a really horrific picture.
Everybody, go and read a biography on Teddy Roosevelt. Become a good American. Even you, Manus, don't be scared.
You should be ashamed of your Australian behavior.
Yeah. Denounce your Australianness. No.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm at that point where I probably would.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Chris Pratt refuses.
Defector.
Go ahead.
A defector to the United States.
Oh my
god.
Oh my god. Yucky says, remember when they made Pratt make the joke about Jesus in Infinity War? Totally on purpose. You know what? I agree, Yucky. I think I know what you're trying to say there, but I think Pratt's okay with making jokes like that. He just seems like the kind of guy that, haha, it's just a joke. But yeah, I'm sure it was somewhat of a dig. I don't know. You can't get it past those kind of people to do such juvenile stuff. But yeah, to the article, Chris Pratt refuses to bend the knee to the woke cancel culture mob. Says his Christian faith helped him overcome social media backlash. Now, Chris Pratt, I don't think he's on Twitter, is he? I know he's on Instagram. I don't know if he's on Twitter. I don't know if he's on Twitter.
Most of the smart ones aren't.
Even if he is, do you think he actually runs his own account?
Most likely not.
Now, most celebrities will run their Instagrams because it's basically them just recording little videos. But like anything that's just word or media and stuff like that, like Twitter and stuff, that usually there's some sort of PR firm that does that.
Hire someone to write their tweets. That's so funny.
Yeah, and it's it's obviously they have their own shilling going on. They're kind of those kind of tweets, but they also have like, oh, I'm meeting this person. I'm on set with this person. It's all coordinated. Here's a selfie, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood superstar Chris Pratt recently found himself in the middle of yet another pathetic cancellation attempt after the woke and easily offended cancel culture mob took issue with an Instagram post he shared last week. Tomorrow War. Do you guys watch Tomorrow War?
No.
It's on Amazon Prime, I believe.
Nope.
It's okay. It was okay.
I might possibly watch it now.
Well, support your boy Chris Pratt and watch it today.
Anything that pisses them off. And don't get it twisted there. Manticore.
He said, guys, for real, look at how she's looking. So this is the Instagram post about his wife. A little cringy. I'll agree with that. It was a little cringy. But, I think the sentiment was there that obviously, she loves him. And I think he's kind of like, he's a little boastful about it. Guys, for real, look at how she's looking at me. I mean, find you somebody that looks at you like that, wrote Pratt last Tuesday of his wife, Katherine Schwarzenegger. We met in church. She gave me an amazing life, a gorgeous, healthy daughter. She chews so loudly that sometimes I put in my earbuds to drown it out. But that's love. The actor continued, she helps me with everything. In return, periodically, I open a jar of pickles. That's the trade. Her heart is pure and it belongs to me. My greatest treasure right next to my Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck rookie card. That's a joke, by the way. It's funny watching some people take that out of context. Which, if you know, is saying a lot. It's her birthday in about 6 weeks. So if I don't get her anything, I'll tell her to look back on this post. Love you, honey. So he's making some little jokes. It's a cute picture. Right?
Normal people wouldn't think anything of that.
Yeah,
Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Katherine Schwarzenegger.
Is she always telling him to get to the chopper?
Get to the chopper.
That's what she's saying right now to him in that photo.
Get
to the chopper.
And the helicopter is his penis. I mean, is it crazy?
There's an old saying, you want to impress a chick?
She comes home from the doctor. It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Well, listen, the media.
Do you think
post
they're copping hate because of him, her too, because of Arnie?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he gets all the hate, right? I mean, she's just a Christian girl, right? Yeah. And she's mostly not in the media's attention. She really has only been in the media's attention because she is Arnold's daughter. But also, I mean, I would say she hasn't even been that much in the media until she married Chris Pratt. Because remember, Chris Pratt was also married to that comedian girl. I forget her name. She was in scary movie films. Didn't really have the greatest career. And
Anna Faris?
Yeah, Anna Faris. And they broke off their wedding, and then like a year later, he married this chick.
Anna Faris was kind of hot.
I mean, Tim, whatever floats your boat, my friend. I am not here to judge who you find attractive. Not harsh.
The ladies in your spank bank, Tim.
Sarcasm noted.
I mean, what do you guys think? Was his Instagram post? I mean, was it cute? Was it lovey-dovey? Was it adorable? Was it cringy? What do you guys think?
It's something I don't care about. It's like, oh, that's nice, and then I forget about it.
It's cringy because it's sweet and people cringe at that sort of shit. But I'm happy for him. Good on him. I'm happy for both of them.
Yeah, I mean,
it's something I wouldn't even give two thoughts about. It's like, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. Later, Yucky's got a jet.
Peace out, Yucky Gum.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, is it cringy? Yes. I mean, does a million different news articles need to be written about it? No.
Is it a slow news day?
We got to attack Chris Pratt Day. That's now a weekly thing, I think.
What did they say? Oh no, he's showing that he cares about his wife. Let's get him.
Yeah, I mean,
some of the liberal TikToks bitching about him were pretty funny. Like I saw there some of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They want to attack his faith. They want to attack his love for his wife. Maybe he's a little conceited. Who knows? Whatever. Like I said,
he's a hell of a drug.
I mean, how many times have you been scrolling through social media and some woman, is always like, "Oh, this man is the love of my life. I don't know where I would be without him." Those kind of posts.
Actually, never.
Yeah. Wow. Tim, get some friends.
Yeah, I see it a lot sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it just exists. It just exists. Like it just is what it is. But it's just funny.
We're your friends, Tim.
Oh, I could tell.
Get better friends. The woke mob claimed that Pratt's lauding of Schwarzenegger and thanking her for giving him a healthy daughter was disrespectful to both his ex-wife Anna Faris and his son Jack. Now, his son has some health issues. I think they're reading a lot into this.
I think that's petty to even say. I know who she is now that that photo's there.
Yeah,
his ex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't she play like a trailer trash, like fucking?
Well, I mean, she looks like trailer trash.
She was also
exactly.
She was also in that movie. It was about like a mall cop that was kind of crazy. And
yeah,
she was that
too.
Oh yeah.
She was also in that movie, Still Waiting, about the that restaurant.
I mean, not the greatest career though, Tim. Right?
No, not really.
Yeah. Jack Savinka's in the chat. Hey, Jack, how are you today?
How, Jack?
To provide further context, Pratt's son Jack was born 2 months premature in August of 2012, and this led to a series of health complications. E01 reports that Faris opened up about her son's health struggles in an episode of the podcast Unqualified in 2018, saying Jack had a few surgeries, he had a few hernia surgeries, he had a few eye surgeries, and he had a little heart issue as well. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't think it was just. I think it's people looking more into it. I think he was just saying he had a healthy daughter. I mean,
what's wrong with being thankful for that? Like,
so does he have to be absolutely? Does he have to be absolutely clear about everything he tweets?
Yeah, you have to be politically correct and clear on every single word.
You have to put like a little disclaimer that comes in.
That's why the woke mob can't meme, because they have their memes have to be so specific, so they can't be taken out of context.
I don't know, to me, it just comes off as petty.
Well, it is. That might be true, because have you ever noticed like when somebody really woke tweeting, they tweet and then they answer themselves with even like a further part of the conversation.
Yeah, they elaborate, but they sort of like it's like forcing exposition in there to try and like give yourself more context. Like,
yeah.
This makes it look like they're talking to themselves, actually.
Yeah, the external dialogue.
Yeah. When Jack was born 2 months early, it came as a huge shock, and suddenly your world completely shifts, she said. The doctors and nurses that helped us and surrounded us were so unbelievably supportive, blah, blah, blah. Unsurprisingly, Pratt's recent Instagram post did not bode well with the social justice warriors who interpreted his message as a dig at Faris over her inability to give him a healthy son. That's a fucking stretch. Oh, my God.
Yeah, all he needed to do was tweet ... This is
when we get to the bottom of this article, I bet you that whoever wrote it is a female. Number one.
Well, this is bounty in the comics. This is just reporting on it. So it's probably the bitches, the crazies on Instagram and other social media. But in the wake of the backlash, the Tomorrow War star took to Instagram to address the criticism he received upon sharing his original post, revealing that he went to bed last night really kind of upset and depressed, but found solace in his Christian faith. Here's what he said, Mantis. He says, I went to bed last night really kind of upset and depressed, and I woke up feeling crappy, and I didn't want to work out, said Pratt. I know that if I put on my Christian music playlist and I go out into the woods and ran, that I would feel better, but I just didn't want to. And I did it anyways, and gosh, was I right. It felt amazing. Pratt would go on to explain, I got out of the woods, I got my blood pumping, and God was like, sat down there right next to me, adding that he doesn't get emotional that often, but I actually got emotional out in the woods. It just felt like there was another in the fire standing next to me, he declared, going on to explain that this particular line was in one of the songs in the Christian music playlist he was listening to at the time. So I just want to say all glory to God. And if you feel down today, maybe get some exercise and maybe listen to some good worship music or get the word in, because it really helped me this morning. Obviously, this would trigger a lot of people, right?
Why does faith trigger people? I don't understand that.
Because believing in God is stupid.
Is it?
That's what the majority of SJWs think of.
Because because they don't believe in anything. They everyone's horrible because they're horrible, etc., etc., etc.
Do you think it's about control issues too? Like, because a lot of them have control issues. So, like, they don't want to relinquish a power to something greater than themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
I think that's part of it. I also think it's like they need to attack something when their own life is impossible to validate. When their life is terrible, they need to lash out at other people, and people who find faith, who believe in a higher power, like that everything will be okay. They have to attack that because they know their life is not going to be okay because they are garbage people that have garbage opinions, and they only exist to make other people feel bad. And if you are that kind of person, maybe you don't fucking deserve any friendship in your life. That's how I feel. Jack says, I don't got a problem with Ferris. She seems cool. Are the wokies running stories out of context? Well, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. It's like, hey, this guy loves his wife, and he's talking about, she gave him a healthy daughter, and they're like, well, what about his son? His son has health issues. Why did you mention him? Maybe it's a dig at his ex-wife. It's all dumb stuff. It's all out of context. It's all reaching, as they call.
Amateur Ant says, is Pratt not helping raise his boy? I don't get why these SJW crybabies would bring it up except to try and cancel him again.
I remember when he first left, and Ferris, everybody was excited because Chris Pratt was the hot guy in Hollywood. He had starred in a movie with Jennifer Lawrence. People loved it. Yeah, he was he was a bachelor, and people were okay. Like, oh, why would he go out with Anna Faris? I remember that conversation making its rounds on.
So him being a Christian kind of changed all that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he really went Christian when he he's probably always Christian, but he really went in when he started, talking with Schwarzenegger's daughter, right? That's when it became more public about it. Like I said, it's people just want to attack you just to attack you, and I don't know. Jokes are jokes. I make a lot of jokes, but it's never personal. It's never personal attacks.
You can always tell that type of person that does that though too. Like their jokes are always semi malicious. Yeah, except him. No,
yeah. Then it's all war.
It's open season, mate.
I don't know. I just don't bring people's families into it. It's just not cool. It's just, I mean, when can you you can make a bad mom joke, right? Oh, your mom, whatever. Those are funny, but
yeah.
You're talking about a guy whose son had health issues, and you're using the fact that you don't agree with him to bring this up and to try to poke a hole in him to make him look bad. It doesn't make him
twist his words to make it sound like he's being facetious about his other child. That's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
Amateur Ant says SJWs believe in scientism, except for when it goes against their narrative.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it works.
Trust the science, unless we tell you not to.
I'm actually somewhat surprised that Chris Pratt hasn't been unofficially canceled, because he does seem to rile a lot of SJW, people. He hunts, which is he's pro-gun. He loves America. He's a Christian. He's a big movie star too, and I don't think he's a leftist. I think he's center right leaning maybe. And you can't have that in Hollywood. We have to burn you down for it.
How dare you?
Yeah. Any other last thoughts on Chris Pratt, Mantis?
No. Good on him. That's all I can say. Keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, it's pissing people off.
There you go. That's all that matters. What about you, Tim? Any last words?
Any last words on what?
On Chris Pratt?
Nope.
Fair enough. All right. The next, I guess our last news item is CG centric. Do we want to get all the way into it?
Sure, why not?
Guess we could.
Your show, man.
My show. Don't say that. We're just here to fucking go crazy. So yeah, Gabe Eltaeb, for those who don't know, is a new to Comicsgate. He's a colorist, artist in his own right, but I think he's mostly known for coloring mainstream work. He was there for the whole craziness with gay John Kent. He was the colorist for that issue. Had a big, I don't know what you call it, social media outrage about him kind of quitting DC Comics because he doesn't agree with the direction that they were taking Superman. Well, Gabe also has a channel. It's actually a fun little channel. He makes great little videos, talking about his time at DC. I think he has two or three videos now. But this article kind of talks about the one he just did. And this was a conversation that he had via text message with Jim Lee. Now, he only shared part of the conversation. Like, he didn't share Jim Lee's response to what he said. He just said, here's what I told Jim Lee. This is not what Jim Lee told me back, which I think is very respectful of Gabe to go down that route. Very respectful. Yeah. He's not throwing Jim Lee under the bus here. He's also saying, he likes Jim Lee. He doesn't agree with Jim Lee sometimes, and he thinks Jim Lee could do more, especially as it relates to, Jim Lee, he got all his success in America. He should be like Gabe. He should be trying to push those American values. But I thought it was very classy that he was like, you know what, I'm not going to show off, Jim Lee. I don't want him to get in trouble. I don't want people going after Jim. I like Jim. Here is what I said to him. And then he just left it at that. Let's see. Gabe Eltaeb, the colorist working on Superman's son Kal-El, who recently announced his intention to walk away from DC. I don't think his intention. I think he did. After his contract is up due to the change in Superman's motto, has revealed what his parting words were to his once esteemed publisher. After voicing his frustrations on an Ethan Van Sciver live stream, Eltaeb believed it was time for someone to stand up for the fans who had been maligned for rebooking what the comics they always love have become. In a video published on his YouTube channel on November 1st, Eltaeb began by again explaining that he knew he had enough with DC's current direction when the Man of Steel's classic motto, in which he declares that he fights for truth, justice, and the American way, was changed to truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Using a football analogy, Eltaeb said, if you're not directly coaching, then you are allowing things to play out, i.e. losses and players' missteps are caused by a failure of leadership. Schmack. There's the video there. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's about 6 or 7 minutes long. It's a good one. Eltaeb doesn't know or even hazards to guess if DC is coaching or allowing the woke agenda to proliferate, as he's not a part of the executive meetings. In his words, they're above his pay grade. I mean, obvious. He's a colorist, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if it's above Jim Lee's head as well. I mean, you're talking about these are corporate comics now, right? These are Jim Lee is a yes corporate man. That's what he is.
Yep. Sold out his characters in a heartbeat.
Gable, you should have Tim read this more. Oh, says amateur.
Oh my gosh.
No. I already hate the sound of my own voice. You want to do that to me?
So I want to end it, relatively soon. I can't go for eight hours like some people can. I'm a less than 2 hour kind of guy. Or if you talk to some people, I'm less than 30 seconds. But that's about something entirely different.
Plus, you can actually pay attention to the stream.
Well, I'm hoping my voice doesn't irritate too many people. I'm hoping. Who was it? Dario said I sound like a Fox News host.
So you speak well then.
Oh, I was like, thanks. I appreciate it, Dario. Let's see. He then moved to disclose his side of a conversation he had with DC publisher Jim Lee via text message. but prefaced this revelation by urging his supporters to not go after Lee because he is a good family man who Eltaeb respects, adding that he also wasn't going to divulge what his old boss said back to him out of respect for the publisher's privacy and as DC as a company. Don't show the DMs. Don't release the DMs. I think that's a very common CG saying. Take a sip of water. Apologize. Eltaeb especially when you're talking a lot. Eltaeb stated that his mission is simply to vent on behalf of the fans of DC, and comics, who are picked on by leftist creators and editors who call them all sorts of names because they don't have an argument. Has Gabe Eltaeb been called a white supremacist yet?
An istinophobe?
Maybe. One person Eltaeb doesn't hold back on was Bleeding Cool founder Rich Johnson, whom he described it to Lee as a piece of human filth. Good job. Due to his messaging of Eltaeb for a scoop on what happened between the colorists and DC. This piece of human filth, Rich Johnson, is sniffing around to get info from me, Eltaeb began his message to Lee. I'm letting you know as a courtesy so you can be prepared and not let Rich hit you too hard. Who knows what he'll say? He's a disgusting man.
Wow, that doesn't sound very nice at all.
Well, he's talking about Rich Johnson. Rich Johnson is a dick.
Oh, okay. So Rich Johnson's a dick. Okay, I got that.
Yeah. So basically, he's saying he's like Jim. Watch out. Rich Johnson is poking around for a scoop. Eltaeb went on to address his beef with DC over the change in Superman's motto. Now, here's where it gets interesting, fellas. Even though I'm rightly pissed off at what you guys at DC have been done disrespecting America, I would never betray you guys like this. I said what I had to say publicly because I am not a coward. I am not going to sneak around and talk to morons like Rich Johnson so he can cause chaos. You probably hate me and think I'm a fool, but couldn't stay silent any longer. Your parents decided to immigrate to America, Jim. This country and its heritage and the blood spilled gave you everything you have, not South Korea. Even if the decision to remove the credit American culture had in creating Superman is out of your hands, it is so ungrateful for you to go along with this. God damn, he's saying this to Jim Lee. That's
a savage burn right there.
Yeah.
Fucking savage. Love it. In explanation of why the flag meant so much to him, he then briefly detailed his own family history, recalling how his father escaped, I apologize for butchering these, Muammar Gaddafi's socialist hellscape in Libya, and his maternal Mexican grandfather nearly died while serving in the Pacific in World War II. Here he continues with Jim Lee. He says, I'm sure your Korean family, horrible violence and death at the hands of the communists, Eltaeb continued. Like you, America in its American way gave me everything I have. Not Libya, not Mexico. Let's see. Then talking about Clark Kent himself, he said, great people paid for everything we have with the American way. Show some damn respect. Superman was found by two Christian farmers from America's heartland. He got his physical abilities from his biological parents, but he got his morality, the thing that actually makes him a hero, from the Kents.
So suck it. Suck it dry.
Let's see. This is supposed to be well done, Gabe. That GD had some teeth. Yep.
It would be funny if he did say that, though, like after all that. He's like, so suck it. Suck it dry.
Suck it long, suck it hard. Let's see. They named him Clark and taught him about truth, justice, kindness, and restraint, but also, indeed, the American way. How else would he learn not to kill, to demolish the world, or rule as a tyrant when no one could do anything about it? Eltaeb asked. That goodness is the American way, the fable of the strongest man in the world, restraining himself and choosing to do as much good as American. Because where else could Clark learn these ideas? Was it just innate? Of course not. It was the culture of his parents, and that culture is the American way. Fucking Gabe is fucking hero. I love this.
Fire.
I know. I tell you, his when hearing it from his mouth is great. It's inspiring.
I'm just imagining him like just pimp slapping Jim Lee around.
Well, I think he's a little more respectful than that. But I think it's more like a verbal pimp slap.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I just imagine just.
He didn't have to show the replies after this. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what Jim Lee said to this. Like,
I don't see Jim Lee as being someone who would argue back. He's like,
I don't either. But I'm saying, like, he wouldn't have had to show the replies anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, saying
it doesn't have
what
to.
He said is
it carries its own
speaks
weight.
Volumes.
Yeah. And I think Jim Lee's response would just be like, I understand how you feel. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way, Gabe. I'm sorry. I think that's kind of what would happen. Like Superman, in a way, Eltaeb said that while Lee has great power in the industry, he's neglected to use it in such a fashion that demonstrated character and defended an American heritage that gave you everything. Pointing at Lee, he noted that Lee has to live with the shame of sitting quietly while others took an axe to a legacy they didn't create and destroyed what generations that came before them in a comic medium bled to give us.
Oh man, that kind of fits every single character in Marvel and DC.
It's fucking.
They didn't. None of these people had any hand in creating these characters, but they're actively trying to destroy them.
Yep, that's exactly what's happening. And it's Gabe is saying, Jim, you may not have all the pull, but you definitely have pull. You should step up. Jim's never been like that though. He is a corporate man. He's okay with corporate stuff. I mean, do we blame him? Some people aren't the people who just stand up to people to the bad people. We'll leave it at that. Eltaeb closed by calling Lee one of his childhood heroes and thanking him for the opportunity he was granted years ago at Wildstorm. In conclusion, he stressed again that he doesn't want fans contacting Lee. He believes he's ultimately a good dude and not one of the far left weirdos. I agree. I don't think Jim Lee is a far left weirdo. But Gabe
he's done work for Ethan, hasn't he?
Do what?
He's done work for Ethan, hasn't he, Jim Lee?
Has he?
I don't think so. Have they worked together? They might have worked together on something.
I'm actually kind of glad they didn't come out with that Wildcats book. They're gonna have a new Wildcats, covert action team.
I thought he did a cover for Ethan or something. Maybe I'm wrong.
Jay Lee did.
Jay Lee, that's it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But at the last second, I guess they shelved the project. But everything they're making now, they're just gonna all out ruin.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think Gabe is a very strong addition to Comicsgate.
Awesome. What was it? Who was the other guy from one of the old Image founders? Dale Keown.
Dale Keown.
Yeah. I always say his name wrong.
Creator of Pitt. Also had an amazing run on Hulk. Everybody needs to go read that if you haven't already.
So when is he going to start doing stuff?
He is. He's doing the 20-page Salamandroid comic for EVS. It's in production right now.
Is he going to bring back Pitt?
That's what people want.
Apparently.
And he's agreed to do it, but hasn't given in some sort of timeline. I think he's hesitant about going back to it. I would actually like to see them kind of reintroduce. I mean, unless you go to your local comic book store, you've been reading comics since the 90s. Who is Pitt? I would like to see them release that omnibus. I think EVS has the team in place that can do that.
I have one of those Pitt issues. I think it's number 2.
Yeah, like Pitt is pure 90s, goodness. It's Dale Keown. The artwork is beautiful. Story's okay.
Keown. I gotta remember that. I've always said his name wrong, and I don't know why.
Yeah, Keown, which is I think how's it spelled?
Keown.
But yeah, I think if they brought Pitt back as an omnibus, if it's too big, split it or do whatever, get that. I don't know, get that buzz, get that hype going for it. And I think if EVS if EVS promotes it, Dale Keown, when he's on stream, he's great. He doesn't come on very often. But yeah, I mean, if they could do that, I think Pitt would be a great money bringer for Dale. Even though I don't think Dale needs the money, but it would help even more solidify that the fact that EVS is bringing the best out of the mainstream. They're still missing a few things. Like I still think, we have Bill Willingham now, so we have writing. We have really good writing. I would like to see another colorist, maybe one more writer, like an actual writer. No offense to, present company, but like a mainstream writer, bring them back in. But yeah, I mean, like CG is starting to become a wrecking ball. It's been great. Jack says, "Hey, I was at my local comic book shop looking for Ron Lim books, Bupkis. Gabe, what issue is a good start?" Oh man,
the first Infinity Gauntlet's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with Prime. Ron Lim is probably his Silver Surfer run. I don't remember what number it started at. You'll have to Google it, Jack. Because he did a full run, which wasn't that many, but of Silver Surfer. But he also did a lot of the run of X-Men 2099. I bet you your local shop probably has that, because I don't think I've been to a shop that doesn't have it. X-Men 2099. Yep, and Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer, if you can find it first. But I do believe it used to have a trade. So if you can find the trade still, maybe that'll be ideal. Else X-Men 2099, but you'll have to do single issues. I don't think there's been a trade of that, at least not one that I've seen.
I've never been big on Ron Lim. I don't know why.
I fucking love Ron Lim. I think maybe it's part nostalgia, but I just love his style, and it's a very 90s style. Like I understand that, but I don't know. He had good output, but like it really was very concentrated, right? He did X-Men 2099, he did Silver Surfer, he did some of the other Infinity, what was it? War and Crusade or whatever the other one was. He did those as well. I mean, he did like one or two off issues. He's still around, and he apparently he's coming back and doing something. I forget what it is. I read it a couple of months ago. He's coming back to do like another one-off. So yeah, I mean, I like
anybody good. They're gonna have to do like very little at Marvel or DC.
Yeah, like I said, Ron Lim is not top tier, but I think he deserves more credit. So let me know what you think about him, Jack, if you do manage to snag some stuff. All right, gentlemen. I guess we'll do a little bit of shilling. Yeah. So first up, our good friend Vic King, artist for Artifice, artist for Melvin 2. What else he done? He did the Asyle.
He's doing a thing called
Lightbringer as well. Vic King is making moves, gentlemen. He is. I'm very surprised by his output. I think he's, there's some fine tuning that he has to do, right? I mean, people need to know project management. I think that's an important skill everybody should have. Knowing.
Yeah, but he's excellent at what he does.
Yeah, like I think everybody needs that. I think that's I think that comes with time as well. But he is fucking making moves. He's doing a book, as we call it with the Aussies. Manus is one of the writers. Our friend Smirk is another writer. You can definitely go to that Indiegogo link in chat. Back it today. Comics coming. It's looks great. I'm a big fan of that bird and fish piece, Manus. I can't say enough nice things about that page. But yeah, go and back that. Go. Thank you.
Sign up for Melvin too.
I was just about to post it. Our good friend Tim also has another comic coming out. It's the sequel to a comic that not a lot of people have heard about, Melvin. Now, I don't shill Melvin a lot, so I'm gonna actually. Tim, do you have like a 30-second pitch for Melvin 2?
Melvin 2 takes place after Melvin 1, where they They have left the jungle and they're on the way back to the hidden city when their vehicle, the cruiser they're flying in, breaks down. And an inventor says, if you want to get your cruiser fixed, you're going to have to liberate my town from the cult.
Fucking love it. I love it. Yeah, so Melvin 2 comes soon. I know that there's a sign-up list.
Yes.
There's a sign-up list coming. Do you have a tentative launch date, Tim?
No, I am waiting for certain things, and then the script must be written, and then the general editing, and then maybe reconfiguring to be able to fit
fine tunings.
Yes, all the stuff that.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
But when it's done, it'll be launched.
Can't wait. Now, what if someone wants to get Melvin 1? What do they do? Can they reach out to you on Twitter?
Yes, they can reach out to me on Twitter, and I have PayPal, and you can get a copy.
There you go. What's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is let me put it in I'll put it in private.
Okay.
Hold on. Copy back here, private, and paste.
All right.
So
boom. Team Olson. 2 E's though. There you go. There.
Yeah. My old Twitter got nuked.
Amateur Anth wants everybody to back Coomsters on Indiegogo. Probably one of the biggest crowdfunding comics that's sweeping the nation now.
The 2 O's.
Yeah, with 2 O's. Coomsters. Definitely back that. Who do we know who's actually running Coomsters? Who's actually running that? I know it started as a joke, but I assume someone's running it. Does anybody know?
Not sure off the top of my head. I'd have to.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I thought it was like a joke, kind of like some kind of like inside troll joke that they're all throwing around. But
yeah, I thought maybe it was like Job of the Cuck coming in with an actual book called Coomsters. That's what I first thought it was. Because I was like, oh, Jabba has a book?
Yeah,
is it Coomsters?
No, it's a 1-page book called Nuclear Warhead Samurai, something like that.
Darren Wagner, I think.
It's got It's got a staple in it.
Yeah. So Vic King, we talked about him. He's actually launching his own comic. I've been helping a little bit. Not as a writer. I don't know what you would call me, editor. I know the joke is I'm an editor. I guess the bigger joke is I'm a writer. But I've been helping Vic where I can with getting his ducks in a row for his own title. It is a Conan-like pastiche called Beowar. So if you like bloody barbarian violence, high fantasy, monsters, blood, decapitation, sign up for that as well.
Winches galore. Winches everywhere.
We showed a little bit of the Beowar monster page earlier that I totally failed at trying to flat, but we'll do that next time, gentlemen. Manus just said the Coomsters link in chat. It is Darren Wagner. Coming soon, so sign up. Let's see. You guys want to shill anything else?
Nope.
Not that I can think of.
No. I'll finish it off saying, follow me on Twitter. You can find me at GPennyShot. Typically, I'm a dick, and I like making fun of SJWs. I like talking. My DMs are open if you just want to BS. I enjoy talking with people about any variety of topic, horror, comics, stocks, crypto, you name it. I'm a very, very positive gentleman. And with that, any last words, gentlemen?
Not at all. Well done.
Sign up for Melvin 2.
All right, appreciate it, guys. So thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Peace out.
Back Artifice Reanimate.